Good evening, good night, and if you're not in the Eastern Time Zone, good morning, good afternoon. Your co-host Uno, and we have our other co-host,
Aisha, also known as Jade. Hello around the world, globally. Hey, what's going on?
What's
going on? So we're so glad again. We know we're a little behind, but we definitely always make up for it when we're behind.
Yeah, we ain't gonna let you down.
Nope, definitely not going to let you down. We hope that you guys enjoy your weekend, and we hope that you have a real cool day today. As you always know, we are Facebook Live on our Facebook page, which is Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. I just posted up on my personal page for those of you who may be friends with me on Facebook that we're live right now. We're probably going to try to see how we can invite some people, which I don't know how.
You might tag them.
Okay, how that is. I thought that we can invite, but if you're listening, come join us on our page, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. We have some good topics tonight. We think we do. So we want some definite feedback, good or bad. It doesn't matter because it's really no right or wrong. It's how you feel about. It's how you feel about the situation.
So we can agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
We still can have an understanding at the same time.
Absolutely. So we want you guys to sit back and relax. We're sipping on some green tea, and have a little bit of the tea
with not regular sugar here. I have Belgian rock sugar.
Which is.
Let me hold this up. Hope y'all can see that. Hold on. Yeah, working for me. You for me.
You gotta bring it back
there
in
you go.
This way.
Going up. There you go. Y'all see that? Belgian rock sugar. All right.
So she's drinking on her regular green tea. I'm drinking on my Lotus Blossom green tea. And we want you guys to sit back and drink on your tea, your coffee, your wine. Just sit back and relax because we definitely want you guys to just enjoy the conversation. So bear with me. I want to be able to see if I can.
It's going to be a conversation as well. And just for those who don't know what we're talking about, we're going to be talking about the disconnection between black men and black women. You know, as far as interaction.
Absolutely.
We can tie in relationships, maybe. Even just interacting on a day-to-day basis. Mm-hmm. And our other topic is about police brutality and the targeting of blacks. So that's what we're going to discuss. One topic is in the first hour, the other topic is in the second hour. So that's how we're going to do that.
Yes, so it should be.
So bear with us. We're inviting people just by way. It's live from my end.
It's live from your end?
Yes. Because whoever you trying to tell, it's probably it's not popping up because it's from my end.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Did you happen to, who else? Let me see who else can pop up. I don't know. Maybe other people might can pop up.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Who else? How about Jamie?
Yeah. We're just inviting some people, I guess, that we both mutually have right now.
And later on, we can actually add more people. The third one. Oh, shit.
Really? Josh has a Q in his name? Well, all right. Good to know.
Right.
Just adding some people.
So bear with us for a second.
I think she's on your page. I'm not sure. She may not be. No, she's not on yours.
Who is that person?
One of our former guests, Melissa Bridges.
Oh, no, she's not on my page. No.
I'm trying to think who else is. We have mutual.
It's quite a
that were guests. Sunshine, if you want to invite her.
Yeah, because she does invite me to her videos, her live videos.
Which one?
None of those.
None of those.
I think because I've spelled it with one I.
There she go. What about Belby Tut?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just inviting some folks. This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't think of who else, but certainly.
I'm trying to think who else.
Shoot. I can't think of any that. It's definitely. Oh, hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, girl. Well, no. No. Okay, I don't know.
You spelled it just like you saying, hey, girl.
I don't know who else, that we have, but definitely those that come on, if you know anybody that wants to watch this, just let them know, invite them to Chit Chat Chew Show. Tag them however you can. Let them know that we are on live. And so we're going to get this thing started right now. And so our first conversation or topic is going to be on
police brutality.
Police brutality.
And the targeting of blacks.
And the targeting
or melanated people.
Of blacks or the melanin people community. So, I mean, for real, we all know. People can call it racist. People can call it whatever the hell they want. I don't really care. Especially not today. I'm not feeling but so good. But it's all good. You still can get it. In the most lovely way that I love showing.
We don't care. We're going to say how we feel. So, it is what it is.
We all know that it's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, lately. Especially with police brutality and how the police are acting towards black people. Now, I'm not counting the ones who act stupid. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the police who just go around just not only harassing black people, but inciting violence towards black people and planting bullshit on them too. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of things that's happening right now, like Jade said. So we definitely got to address this because it's definitely getting out of hand now. But at the same time, that's why it's important for black people to know the law. Mm-hmm. It's very important for us. It's crucial for us. See, other races don't have to deal with all this. But our melanated people, we have to know it in order to avoid a lot of stuff too.
Because we see globally all scattered on social media, the news and everything else, how we see the black and the white. We can see how white people or other races can do similar things or do things on their own. And guess what? They get treated out to breakfast, lunch, dinner, probably invited over to police officer's house.
All kind of stuff.
There's no real type of time.
Nope.
There's no charges. It's like a slap on the wrist. And this is something that has not just been going on. This has been going on forever. Okay. I know I have conversations with certain ones at my job, even encountered being on public transportation or whatever, just randomly, and, hear other people talking about how, race does make a difference. People can act like it doesn't exist.
It's all candy and roses.
Right. Like, oh my God, I can't believe even our race of people. Oh my God, I can't believe they're talking about this. Stuff like this, just be quiet, shut up about it. We should sweep it under the rug. No, we need to be present, and we need to have these conversations because it's going on and it's continuing to go on. And this is what kind of pisses me off a little bit about my people, my melanated folks, because we need to wake up, some of us.
Absolutely.
Like, seriously, we need to wake up. Because if you think that everything is peaches and cream and nothing is going on, clearly your ass is asleep. Because they show it all the time, the police brutality. Just from past killings on how the police, like, what happened?
I have them stories because I know you was asking what the young sister name was when we saw that documentary about L.A. riots. Is that what you was trying to talk about for a second? Just to give an example of.
Right.
Okay, so the little sister's name was Latasha Hollins.
Right, Latasha. If you guys can remember back in the day, it was around like 1992, but it's been very much viral from there on out. What was his name? Rodney King.
Rodney King, which he actually died.
He's passed.
Several years ago.
Several years ago. How these police officers beat his ass. Like, oof.
It's like they had it out for him.
Like they had a party whipping his ass. Like they got turned on.
They got off on it.
They got off.
Really
like
did.
For real, they got off on beating this man's ass.
Now, with Latasha Harlan's situation, now, she was in a Korean store. The lady was Korean. She was a store owner. Her name was Sun Jadu. Okay? Now, with her death, before it even happened, the little sister was in the store. Now, she done bought whatever item she needed to buy. Okay? Now, keep in mind, her mother already said that the little girl had no reason to steal because she got allowance or money or whatever. She made sure she had her own little money, to get whatever she need and spend on, whatever. So, she's in the store. She done bought her items already. But the Korean owner thought she stole the stuff. She thought the little girl was stealing. So,
spilling my tea.
This conversation is some real tea.
Yeah.
Have you spilling your tea over there?
Got me spilling my tea on myself. Honey.
So, they got into a disagreement that caused Latasha to push back at the Korean lady in a physical way, which I understood because Korean woman came aggressive with her first. She was aggressive with Latasha Hollins first. She was only defend herself, so thinking that the young sister stole something and trying to take it from her. So, Latasha got the last end of that situation. Next thing you know, as she's walking out the store, Sun Jadu shoots the young sister. Okay, that was the first ignition, okay? I'm saying for black people before the riots happened. Then when the Rodney King thing happened, that was the last straw. So that's how that went.
It's crazy.
And this happened, that was in Los Angeles, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles, California, okay? So, cause, yeah, so, I mean, it just don't make no sense. And I mean, even to this day, like, there's been brothers and sisters who's been in situations, brothers with, I mean, of course, with other races, they don't have to necessarily be police. Those situations, then you really have the situations with police, they encounter police, and, police do things unlawfully, and the black people who go through these situations with the cops, feel some kind of way, and they, and the police take it another way. They feel threatened, as I always say, and then next thing you know, it's a whole nother situation, and it's caused somebody to get killed, or shot, or locked up, or whatever the case is. So, I mean, it's just been so many cases, even to this day. Like, it hasn't went away. Like, it's actually been happening way before 93. But, flash back in the time of the 50s and 60s, and then you fast forward to, the 80s and 90s, and then you fast forward further to, from, late 90s to early 2000s to late 2000s, which we in now. has changed. Black people still get targeted. Black men and women are still getting killed. Specifically, indefinitely, black men are getting killed. Even little boys are getting killed.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting younger.
This is a war. This is a racial war.
Racial war, spiritual war.
It's everything. It's everything.
And, I'm looking, as I'm listening to Uno as well, I'm looking at, through the WashingtonPost.com, 604 fatal force, 604 people have been shot and killed by police in 2017. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
They say 963 people were fatally shot in 2016. As of a week ago, there have been 13 more fatal shootings this year than at the same time last year. I mean, it's going higher. It's unbelievable.
And then to put the nail in the coffin, a lot of these policemen, or even people that just do like hurtful things towards black people, they get off light. That's the worst part about it. They get off light. Nothing really happens to them. And what you reading in, then the police, they don't get charged for a lot of those crimes. And the police system, they all stick together. They're gonna make sure the cops don't get thrown under the bus.
Yeah, they're
gonna protect them.
Yeah, they're gonna protect them.
The
judges are gonna protect them.
Yep.
They're gonna stick together. That society.
Yep, that's a society.
Because those men that killed, that had beat him up, Rodney King, they got off. But it was 4 police officers, 4 or 5 police officers, and they got off. So did that Asian lady. And it's not about a hate thing, but she got off. The judge turned the decision over.
Right.
They had found her guilty.
Yeah, she was guilty of voluntary manslaughter,
right,
with a 16-year prison sentence. But the judge felt like the shooter was not under her control. So she fired the gun voluntarily. So with the judge's pretense decision, she reduced her sentence to a probation of 5 years.
Because she said that she feels that this lady was not a threat to society.
Yep. And low key she is, but I'm sure the judge knew that, but we know why she did it. So let's not act like shit is fucking sweet, because it ain't. We know why she fucking did it. So
call it for what it is. And so I just happened to pull up something back June of 2016. The Minnesota officer acquitted in the killing of Philando Castile.
Yeah.
This article was June 16th of this year, and in St. Paul, Minnesota, the images had transfixed people around the world. A woman live streaming the aftermath of a police shooting of her boyfriend, Philando Castile, and narrating the searing, bloody scene that was unfolding around her. And it's just, if anybody can remember this, that did go on. The police officer, I think he was Asian.
Yep.
Shot him. He said he felt threatened.
They always say that.
They always feeling threatened. And he shot him and killed him. And there, what happened with him? Did he get charged, or did he walk off? Or did he get kind of like a little slap? What happened with him? I don't remember.
I think he might have got a slap, from what I can remember.
If you guys on here are watching, if you remember that whole Philando Castile, if you remember kind of what happened. I
mean, you got the Mike Brown situation.
The Mike Brown, the Trayvon.
Little boy. Mm-hmm. Didn't that officer get off? Yeah, he was in charge. What's his name? Not Mike Brown. The brother with the hoodie.
It's not Trayvon Martin?
Yep, Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is the kind of world we're living in, man. I mean, we gotta, again, I'm gonna say this again, man. This is a war. This is a war, man. What part of that do black people not get? I mean, what you thought, cause, you know, we're not in actual, you know, physical slavery, or we're not going through a lot of shortcomings as people, like how it was back in the day, and you think it's changed. It's just a little bit more, not so much discreet. They just changed it up a little bit, but it's still, the same thing is still going on. Like, but as people, we gotta do something.
Yeah, and I'm seeing here, yeah, he was not found not guilty on all accounts.
Right.
His name, Officer Yancey or something close to that, was found not guilty
What's
on all accounts.
Hold on, what did I say?
Yanez.
Yeah. Was
found not guilty, as well as they're saying, you know, just kind of scrolling through that there's officers, you know, as well as they get off light. A lot light.
They do.
Light. And it's just sad. But you know what else, because I have to say also what's sad is that we see all of this that's going on, and yet we're still acting a damn fool with each other. You see all of this that's going on, and we don't pull together as a community
at all.
And I just think that is really sad a lot of times that we don't. And as well as, you may not like to hear this, but oh well, we're killing each other. That's a big thing for me.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
We don't like to discuss that.
Nope.
We don't like to discuss how we are killing our own people.
Every fucking day. Let's be honest
day.
about this shit.
Every
it ain't
day.
just white people killing blacks. It ain't just Asian killing blacks. It ain't just fucking Latin people killing blacks. Yeah, there's black on black crime too.
It definitely is.
So let's be fucking honest and act like this shit don't exist because it do. And what you gonna say? Oh, what? We a coon, or we taking up for white supremacy? Ain't got shit to do with it. I'm saying if you care so fucking much about your own people, then you need to be able to point out.
Talk about both sides.
Talk about both sides, not just the good. You're going to have to talk about the bad side. You're going to have to point out the things that's going wrong in our community. So that way, once we notice what is going on, we can fix it. We need to find solutions. Taking accountability and responsibility for our fucking life.
Because it's definitely a real thing. I mean, us knowing each other, I mean, that's the saddest thing in the world. You kind of know what's going to happen on the other side. I mean, that's the way I kind of look at it. You kind of know what's going to kind of happen from other races, how they overall feel about us, and maybe not all of them, but enough of them.
Yeah,
but when you have your own people
doing it to you,
it's sad. It's sad.
It's fucking sad.
And it's happening every day. And police officers and other races, they're looking at us, they're laughing at us like, yeah, you kind of making it a little easier for us.
Right.
And we can't get along, yo. Like.
And we supposed to be gods and goddesses? Say what? And you expect them to
kings and queens.
And you expect them to respect you the way we fucking act? Because some of our people do act like savages. So let's be honest about that too. I fucking said it. I said it. We do. Some of our people do. So now that we know this, what we gonna do to fix it?
And I don't mean any harm, but I don't want to have a We Shall Overcome march.
Please don't come on here with that shit.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it. To each his own. Everybody has their own opinion. But me personally, I don't want to have a We Shall Overcome march. What they did back in the past, I have much respect for. But in 2017, coming into 2018, I think that we need more.
It doesn't work at all.
And you know what I was thinking about, not only back in 1992, but moving forward to even current things that has happened. Why are we destroying our businesses, our neighborhoods, and stuff like that? Not saying that it's right to go in other people's territory, and do, but why do we be quick and fast and ready to want to like fuck up our own neighborhoods? Like that's what pisses me off as well.
Especially when we want to fucking prove a point to people who oppress us. We want to go destroy our own neighborhoods instead of destroying. If you gonna make a statement, go to their fucking neighborhood and destroy it. Don't do it in your own territory where you live at. Because after it's all said and done, when all that happened, now what? You can't get shit. You can't do shit. You can't function day to day.
And so if anybody's listening on here and we just made the statement like, you know, like Uno said, like, why don't they go into other neighborhoods and fuck it up? Like, do you believe that, you know, when all this goes down, like, do you feel that if you feel like, no, they shouldn't come into their own territory, like your own, you know, black community, Asiatic community, melanated community, and they shouldn't mess it up, do you feel like they should go into other neighborhoods and do it? I mean, you can be honest. It's not a right or wrong. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to feel no kind of way. I just want to know what people's thoughts are because, you know, we're quick to talk about Usher and how he giving these women herpes and they're coming out. And that's a whole nother show.
We need to have a show like that, by the way.
I'm sure we probably will. Right. You know, but let's have some adult conversation about this because I feel like our black community is slowly dying, to be honest, in my opinion.
Slowly.
I'm sorry.
Slow.
Okay. So it's quickly on by the side, like on some real, like real rap, like it's quickly going. And though I don't promote violence, however, I feel like, you know, if we need to defend our community, you know, then we need to do that. And I don't think that marching and protesting all the time is the solution. I'm not here to say that I have the perfect answer because I don't, but I think that we need to have real discussions and strategize on like what's our next move gonna be.
Right. We need to have dialogue and execute a actual plan. She's right.
Like that whole Black Lives Matter. Our Black lives should matter. I know my Black lives matter, but in general, Black lives should matter. But guess what? I don't believe that it does. And that includes my own black people in my community. I don't believe that a lot of black people in our community feel that our Black lives matter because let's just be real. I think there's a lot of cooning going on. I think there's a lot of sellout. And even though we may not have, you know, even though we may not look like back in the day slaves, I still think a lot of people have those slave mentalities.
We have, I think, ain't no thinking. We all modern day slaves.
You know, they may not be wearing the head rags and looking the way they used to look. They may not have the sheets on or whatever. They have the suits on. They're in the government. They're in the politician. They're everywhere. And it doesn't matter. It's a shame
for day-to-day people. It don't have to be politicians or judges.
Nah, it could be day-to-day.
It just be another reason that you come across and interact with.
And I think a lot of times with all the stuff that's going on in because we can act like fools. Yeah, we can. That's why I think a lot of people don't want to identify as being black or being a part of the culture or the community because look how some of us act. Sometimes, I love my people. I know who
I do. I love my people.
I know who I am, but I'm also not going to lie and say that they don't. We're not perfect, and yes, get the hell on my nerves because, you know, as I've spoke about it on the show before and spoke out about it outside the show, I get tired of the colorism.
Oh God,
that colorism thing drives me crazy.
I'm over that. I'm over that shit. I don't. You know, we saying Black Lives Matter, right? Y'all say Black Lives Matter,
and we have a big issue with the colorism. You know, the light skin and all that people think go with that, and the dark skin, and the people that's the in between, and you know, just as recent as, if not today, definitely Friday. You know, in this up north down south thing, like I heard that Friday how someone who's born bred an Atlanta person, and she was making a comment about how I guess she went to school when she was younger in New York and blah, 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 met some people, woody woo. And she got on this thing like, well, we people from Atlanta, we have bodies like this, and the people from up north that. I'm like, where the hell is she going? How does she flip education to women's bodies? Like, what does that have?
But you know how she would do.
Yeah, it does.
That's all it is. She's
it does.
So.
And it's so
it just
funny.
shows the hate and dislike and low self-esteem of our people. That's all it's showing. And the ignorance. I gotta add ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Like that colorism thing is a huge thing for me.
We gotta get out of that.
And we definitely need to move forward with that, because at the end of the day, other races see us as they do, and I don't feel like saying the word, because really I don't even like the word, but that N word just kind of really gets to me. But
that's how they treat us. They see us as niggas. That's just what it is. They don't care if you dark, if you
light brown,
if you light skinned, if you albino.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. You still black to them. If you got any drop of black blood, that's what you are.
Very true. Yeah, all of these isms that we have is just there's such a huge disconnect between our own Black, Asiatic, melanated community, and it's sad. And the slavery mentality that we have, and I think a lot of us has lost spirituality. I believe, this is just my opinion, that we also fake spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
We're not perfect people.
For popularity, I think they just fake it to be somebody, to think they're something.
Not all, but, just enough to me. And so, not liking or loving yourself plays a huge role, because if you can't like or love yourself, you're not going to like and love nobody else. You're not going to respect anybody else. Also, like you see a lot of these kids, young, growing up, how they parent or perhaps parents raise them not the right way. Like, it's so much, what's the word I'm trying to use? Disassociation. Yeah, I guess that's the word I'm trying to use right now. But, this police brutality, like, I mean, what do you guys think? Should it be an eye for an eye? Or do you think we should, pray and forgive and let move on? Because I still scratch my head over that case about that young white boy
Which
the one who killed those people in church.
Oh, did you talk about was that North Carolina?
Somewhere down south, I think I want to say, like North Carolina. And he got off.
Yeah, I think it was North Carolina.
And he clearly said he knew what he was doing.
Let me double check that. Just want to be sure. But go ahead, no, keep going.
He said, from my understanding, he knew what he was doing. He swears up and down, I don't have any mental issues. I knew what I was doing. I was not sorry for it.
I tell you right there, man.
And he got off, and the people in the church members, they prayed for forgiveness for him.
And the crazy part about it is black people agree with that.
So I want to know, people that's on here that's not afraid to answer, do you feel that you would have been that type of person like they were to pray and let bygones be bygones? Let's forgive him. If after he didn't kill like church members or your friends or your loved ones, would you be so easily forgiving?
That's the one that killed the family member. By the way, this happened in South Carolina, not North Carolina.
And the police officers took him out, didn't they? Didn't they take him out to get something to eat?
Yes, they did. They treated him like he was royalty.
Royalty. Like he was some damn type of celebrity.
They did a bidding. That's all it was. Like, they protected him. I'm not too sure if, now that boy might be connected to some high people in the judicial system too.
Mm-hmm. Might be.
So this is what I'm saying to black people. Like, you got to know the law. You got to know who you is first. Know the law. And the question you ask, this is what it comes down to. Are you gonna forgive and hold hands and pray, or you gonna retaliate and fight fire with fire, eye for an eye? But you know what? I'm just gonna keep it real. How I feel, fight fire with fire, eye for an eye. Because I feel like this. This has nothing to do with man's law. This is natural law, universal law. You have a right to defend yourself.
And they had that right taken away from them.
Right. You're human yourself. If someone invades your space, you have a right to defend that. That's a universal law. You should defend yourself if someone threatens your life. So it's a God-given right, actually. So if someone attacks you, it is what it is after that. I mean, because for one, you know, with that whole Charleston, South Carolina incident, the first reaction that I feel like it should have been was, fuck a damn praying and sorry, forgiving. Go find that motherfucker and take him out. And that what our ancestors did when the Europeans invaded their land, influenced the black people in a negative way, and colonized their tribes. Or if they felt threatened by European colonies, they defended themselves. That's what our ancestors did. Even going back to the Kemet, they did the same thing. There wasn't no praying, wasn't no forgiving. This is not about violence. It's about what's right and be respecting the person, a human person, respecting a person. So if they're not respecting you, why should you respect them? Because the first they're going to say, oh, violence is not the answer. Well, praying and forgiving sure ain't the fucking answer either. Because let's be real too. In America and all over the world, throughout history, every war was fought. Nobody was praying about anything. No one was forgiving anything. Many wars have been fought over conflict, starting wars, whatever the case is. People had to do what they had to do to salvage themselves and preserve their people. And that's what it should be about.
I mean, even up to Martin Luther King. I mean, yes, I know he marched, and I'm not knocking that, and not marched and or protested, but even with that situation, they fought back. They didn't just they sung songs and hold hands, but I'm saying when it was time to throw down,
if he really had to,
if he
not
really
to say he
had
was
to,
around doing that.
right? If he really had to, then he threw down.
Right. And this is the thing, black people scared. They don't want to risk their life. They don't want to die for the cause. That's the problem. So everybody want to forgive and pray. No.
Or, just not deal with it at all.
Nope. It's not going to go away. I hope you know that. As long as your black ass is here. Well, let me say, we're not human, actually. Black people are not human.
That's going to be another show.
But they're not ready for that kind of conversation. It's the reason why I'm saying that. I'm saying we just came here. This is a test. we came from the constellations, from the universe, from another dimension. So we come down here to be tested. We had to go through the obstacles to see if we could master these obstacles. And we haven't even mastered it yet. Not a damn thing. We've been here almost over 600 years and still ain't mastered nothing.
So let me just kind of play the devil's advocate real quick. So what about for those who, feel like, yeah, I don't want to fight for no cause. I'm scared, I'm scared of dying and losing my life or my family's life or whatever. Maybe they just really don't, maybe that's just not for them. So
nobody gives a fuck. That's not realistic.
Where do they play their part at?
Where do they play their part?
In your opinion?
Well, if it comes to stuff, is they gonna be saying that when it comes to their door? You can't hide from reality. Once it happens, what are you planning to do?
Like that girl.
I'm not saying you gotta go around, being violent, but I'm saying, okay, for the question you asked about if they don't want to because they're scared and they don't want to put their family in danger or themselves. But as much as you try to avoid it, but at some point.
What about if it does happen at their front door and somebody randomly? Because black people get killed senselessly every day for no reason. What about if it does come to your door and someone kills you or kills a loved one of yours? What would you do? Would you just be like, get on your knees and start praying and asking forgiveness, quoting scriptures and tongues? And I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm really
it's
being
funny to me.
It's real. I'm like, it's real
Shit.
talk. Like, what would you do if that happened personally to you? A lot of people probably be like, well, it's not happening to me. I'm going to say my prayers for those victims and, for those people who we don't know. We're not affected by it. So let me just pray and, healing for them.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, if you know that answer, what would you do if it happened at home, your home? What would happen? Like that lady, that young girl who wound up getting killed. She had the little boy, remember? And she wound up
Corrine.
And she wound up getting killed because she.
Corinne Gaines. Was it Corinne Gaines?
And because she stood up for what she believed, and she was not.
She had no fear.
She had no fear. She wasn't. None. She wasn't scared to die
at all. And that's what we got to get to as black people. We got to get back to that.
I mean, I'm just curious. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not judging.
I just want
to know.
What
would you do?
I'm sorry.
And so,
I'm gonna look up her name just to make sure.
So while you're doing that,
this is definitely though. Yeah, something must be done about that. But yes, Corinne Gaines. Corinne Gaines.
Y'all remember her?
Yeah.
Like with that was crazy. With the little young son.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying she's perfect or nothing like that, but I'm saying that she stood up for something. She stood up for what she believed, and she didn't back down, and she knew
what the outcome was.
What the outcome was going to be.
She didn't care though.
So.
But we gotta be.
And I know that's not for everybody. So if it's not for you, I would love to hear an opinion about what would be another plan or another way on how you would handle a situation, because, police. Okay, let's not talk about killing. Let's go over. Like, I can remember living up north and being in Philly, as well as living on the outskirts of Philly, where they shut down my block. SWAT was out there deep, thick. You could not get in if you didn't live on live in that neighborhood. You had to show ID and blah, blah, blah. And they told you once you got in your ass, and I'm quoting what they said, once you got in your ass, could not leave back out. Right? To the point where it got where you couldn't even stand on your porch. And I remember there was so much that was going on at that time, and I came out because I wanted to know what was going on around my surroundings. I had younger children. They were old enough, but they were still in school. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Meanwhile, back at the barn, they had stopped the black guy in the car. Now, mind you, he was getting no grief, right? His car stopped in front of my house. Just so happened to stop in front of my house. And he got out, he put his hands up, he said, blah, blah, I don't really, I don't have anything. They didn't find no guns and nothing. I can't really remember what happened, but I know they didn't find nothing on him. He was being cooperative. That's the word I'm trying to use. He was being cooperative. Didn't give him no problem, no talk, no lip, no nothing. He got out the car. Black and white cops beat his ass. For no reason. I'm coming out. Now, this brother is my brother, not my blood brother. This brother is my brother because he's in my community. Okay? I'm going off and feeling some kind of way about this man getting beat. They, the cops, you get the fuck back in. I said, listen, I'm going back and forth. I'm getting the fuck in the You
were turned up.
I was turned up. My kids going off. And
they were little boogers.
Well, they were big enough. They were high schoolers, so they were big enough.
Okay, they were big boogers. They were going off with you.
And so, the cop, get the fuck in the house. I'm like, I motherfucking pay rent. I'm just going off. So anyway, I didn't go in the house. And what I'm saying is like, I've been stopped by a cop. Okay, another quick story. I was coming from the store. I was walking on the sidewalk. Piece of the sidewalk was broke. I said, let me just quickly walk on that edge of the curb of the street and then get right back on. I can't even count in a matter of seconds how a cop just came the hell out of nowhere, jumped out his car, pulled the gun on me, was going off on me in a matter of seconds. And like, listen, I'd rather know that I died for a cause. I'm just going to be honest. Now, once upon a time, my mind may not have been like that. I'm going to be honest. But the older I'm getting and the more conscious and the third eye that's opening up and I'm becoming more of me. Again, I don't promote violence, but I believe that, like Uno said, I have the God-given right to defend myself and my family. And so that's what I'm going to do.
And police don't take that lightly, but who gives a shit?
And it's a lot of discrimination and police brutality, even if you don't get killed.
No. These
cops, they had that gun, and their mind is somewhere else. I see it at my job where I work at, these retired cops, and I'm telling you, they go off like, okay, I'm all for you need to pull your pants up. Yes. But the way that they treat these young black brothers, and a lot of time these brothers not even saying nothing to them. Most of the time these brothers are not saying nothing to them. These are at-risk kids who got out of jail. A lot of them is trying to get their life back together. And these cops are so damn disrespectful. Blacks included. Because we don't have a white police officer at my job anymore. All of them are black now. And they're so damn disrespectful. Like, it just pisses me off how they're disrespectful. You would think because they're, older black brothers, kind of understand the struggle, try to say something encouraging, like, don't scold them because they already know where they came from.
And if you're going to say something, pull them to the side.
Pull them to the side, but you all loud in the lobby area, like, damn, really?
Which our brothers should be walking around with your pants hanging.
But anyway. You shouldn't. I get that because I'm personally tired of seeing booty.
Oh, goddamn bubble booty ass food.
I mean, a lot of bubble booties. I'm tired of seeing it from the females, tired of seeing it from the guys. And you can call it discrimination. You can call it whatever the hell you want. I'm tired of seeing the ass.
Females, males, it don't matter.
There's no discrimination with me with that. Pull it up.
Please.
Please.
All these damn bubble booties. Pull your shit up.
But, you know, like, outside of that, like, it's just real disrespectful. And I've seen a lot in my life. And I've been through a lot in my life. Like, I'm sure a lot of people as far back as my mother, who has told me, you know, what she's experienced with police, you know, even police trying to have sex with women, you know, stuff like that.
Them too.
And they be raping them and
that's been coming out a lot too, though.
Beating them.
That's been a lot. That's been coming out a lot by these police raping these women.
Right.
That too.
This is just really passionate.
And it happens to black women, if you notice.
Oh, it's a lot of discussions about black women getting killed as well.
Yeah. That's
just swept underneath the rug.
Even the raping with the police.
Yep. Yes. Gang raping her.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, you know, we don't want to forget these brothers and sisters who have lost their lives, yo.
Even Sandra Bland. We
cannot forget Sandra Bland.
Now, how the hell you take a snapshot of her in the jail?
She dead.
And she's dead.
She's dead. You trying to fix her up like she
alive.
And
try to take a picture like people are not going to recognize that shit. Well, you can clearly see.
Clearly
see that she's not alive at all.
Clearly.
So right. You know what they did to her.
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't like what she stood for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the shit we're dealing with. But you know what? You got to stand for something or you fall for anything. It is what it is. You can't be a pushover, man. You got to stand up for yourself. I don't care how bad the situation might get. If it's a cause for it though, if it's good reason though, I'm not saying go out here and be fucking reckless, because some of our black people in certain situations with police brutality bring it on themselves. I have to be honest.
True, that's very true.
Come on now.
A lot, yes.
Some of these brothers and sisters bring it on themselves.
That's that flip side too. We ain't just not taking one side. It's both sides.
It's both sides.
A lot of brothers and sisters like you take aggravate, agitate.
Yeah.
That shit on when they know how police gonna do. Right. And you do dumb shit. Let's just keep it honest. You do dumb shit.
You give the police reason to want to
mm-hmm.
not only harass you but hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you need to stop that shit too.
Right.
Because nobody's not gonna feel sorry for you. How you expect somebody to you know feel where you at when you fucking up?
Yeah. So, like if you robbing a bank and you in a drive by. I mean, if you in a car chase and the police happen to chase you down, and then someone happen to catch footage of you getting, you know, tasered, beat down, whatever, and it's happened to be all white cops, and there's a brother, and he's the brother, the one that's robbed the bank and is in a car chase with the police, and he happened to get into a situation with the police, then they say it's racial.
Oh, right. Like that brother that you showed me, was that on YouTube? That young boy who went to a restaurant.
Oh, you talking about Bump? Yeah,
Bump.
Doing dumb shit.
Bump. He need to get his ass bumped.
BOONK.
Bumped.
Florida. He from Florida. He has an Instagram. And I've seen some of the shit on there. I be like, this is one dumb motherfucker.
Just stupid.
It's going to catch up with him. That karma's going to catch up. He's doing a lot of crazy stuff. And people falling behind it.
I just can say that. People doing that, following.
The young folks.
Yep.
That's who's doing it.
Yep. Following him. Like, yeah, I can do this and get away with it.
No. Not everywhere.
No. Because people are seeing it and people are already on top of that game. Like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go everywhere doing that.
You sure can.
I feel like whatever happens, you get what the hell you deserve. You shouldn't be doing it anyway.
Shouldn't have been doing it anyway. Right, absolutely.
And if you lose your life, that's on you. You should have been doing it. That's how I feel. Stop doing dumb shit, niggas. That's our problem now. We entertain all this dumb shit. But yeah, we can't even address the issues we have in our community. No one wants to put their energy into that, but they got the energy to copy Bump IG and put money to their ears and fucking flash guns and goddamn Instagram Live and what else dumb shit they doing? All
kinds of stuff for real.
Doing all these stupid ass challenges and oh man.
That's right. Like we said yesterday. How about do the book challenge?
I'm gonna do it too. I'm still waiting to see who the hell gonna do the book challenge. I ain't seen none of y'all asses do it yet.
Let's do a book challenge. Let's start one our own self, even though we know that there's somebody out there that did it.
Lord Jamar started the book challenge.
Lord Jamar
from Brand Nubians started the book challenge.
Let us start one.
We're gonna start.
Let Chit Chat Chew start a book challenge. Let's see how many people would go for that. A book challenge.
Hold some books up to your ear, not money. We don't give a fuck about your money because you broke any damn way. If you're gonna do something, make it make sense.
We need to have some people just really stop.
I'm sorry. I'm
really
passionate. I'm sorry.
Really stop the pretending.
Please stop.
Okay.
It's annoying. I see it all the time. Like,
I see it all the time too. Stop the pretending and just be real. Be yourself. Do something intellectual. We're not just talking about this book challenge. Has to be something that's conscious, or
that makes sense,
or makes sense. Read something business like too. If you're trying to start your own business, or like you said, something that makes sense, something that can benefit you.
Right.
Not the money to the ear, not the flashing in front of you. We don't want to see the asses. We don't want to see the tits. We don't want to see the slinging. Yeah, we don't want to see all of that. We want to see real shit.
Real shit. But ain't nobody going to entertain that, though.
Because we're both passionate about this. Because this makes
this shit don't make sense, man.
Makes no sense. I had pulled up an article while Uno was reading, telling you about, what's her name again?
Corinne Gaines.
Yes, this article was posted June 24th, 2017. We're speaking about another mistrial of U.S. officers who killed a black man. Case with the same overtones of racial discrimination as other recent police shootings ends in mistrial for second time.
Not surprising.
Audrey Du Bois, mother of Samuel Du Bois, leaves the court after the retrial. An Ohio judge declared another mistrial in the case of a white policeman who shot and killed an unarmed black man during a routine traffic stop in July 2015. It is the second time a mistrial has been declared in the case of a former University of Cincinnati campus police officer, Ray Tensing, who is accused of killing Sam Du Bois in an incident tinged with the same overtones of racial discrimination and heavy-handed tactics as other recent high-profile U.S. police shooting cases. The juries had said on Friday that they were unable to reach a verdict in Tensing's trial, but the judge had sent them back to try again on the counts of murder and voluntary manslaughter. Instead, they sent her another note some 3 hours later saying, "We are almost evenly split regarding our votes." The note said they didn't foresee reaching an unanimous verdict. Tensing, 27, told investigators that he opened fire out of fear for his life after Du Bois, 43, tried to drive away and drag the officer along with him. But prosecutors said a review of police body camera footage showed Tensing was not in danger during the July 2015 incident involving the unarmed motorist. The first trial was in 2016, ended in a mistrial after the jury failed to reach an unanimous verdict. So, NAACP of Cincinnati blasted hung jury result and said they will demand justice. The message that is being sent is, if you are black, all the police officers has to do is say they were in fear, quote unquote, of their life, and they get away with murder because the victim is black. Okay? The jury had 9 white people and 3 black people. His first trial, go figure. His first trial had 10 white people and 2 black people.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So, you can read further down on this and see more. But, again, we're speaking on our community. So if anybody's offended in our community or outside of it,
I
that's
personally
you.
don't give a damn.
Whatever. We all know people are
Not gonna
offended,
change
but
my
let's
mind.
just call it for what it is.
Yep.
There is a lot of police brutality from other races as well as the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. That's how I feel. I'm sticking with it.
Yep.
You can continue to keep quiet about it. Maybe it doesn't interest you. You have other things to do. I mean, I have other things to do too, but I see it. I'm saying it.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. You
on a day-to-day basis.
You can't escape it. Nope. So are we going to continue to pretend? Are we going to face it and see how we can be proactive as a community? Because it's happening globally.
It's right.
Our brothers and sisters in other countries are being affected.
Yep. Police brutality.
Exactly.
You just don't hear about it because everything's about America. I mean, I guess you got to worry about where you at first. I get that too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm saying if y'all say, black people, y'all say y'all care about your people, then it needs to be all the way around, not just in America, but all over too. So, I don't know.
That's very true.
So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's a lot happening, So, with that being said,
we thank you.
We thank you.
We thank you, and we're going to move into our next topic and discussion.
Black women and black men. Disconnection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do I mean by that? Actually, shout out to my sister, Deborah Compton. Now, she had a situation that happened to her. As far as, of course, a man trying to talk to her, but the way he came off was disrespectful, and she had to act accordingly. And he got in his feelings. Now, I mean, for some women it could go another way. For other women it could go a different way. So why is there so much of that going on? And also, not just her, but like, what if there's another female? She's not acting accordingly. She's just rude as hell. And the black man felt disrespected, so he had to disrespect her back. How about that? So we want to talk about the black disconnection on a social basis. Definitely, most specifically on the social basis. And we can tie in relationships too.
So what's your thoughts on it?
Well, as far as like when the man try to holler at the woman.
Right, or even like your own experience. Do we need a light on? Or
yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Give you some food for thought. You can think about it a little bit.
Because I know y'all, I'm sure y'all have instances where this happened to you guys. So it can't just be us too. So how I feel about it. Okay, so there's some black men that's overly aggressive. I'm not saying all black men. I'm saying a lot of them are aggressive, especially towards black women. And they don't know how to speak to a woman. So when they try to approach a woman, it come off in an ignorant or disrespectful way. Now, there's some women who are, in a way, respectful, so they shut them down cordially. They don't be mean or nothing like that, nasty or disrespectful. They just, be cordial with her, shut her down. Now, all of a sudden, she got to be a bee, a hoe, and all these names that they spew out their mouth because they couldn't handle rejection. Now, see, if the girl, retaliates back, then that's a whole nother situation. So, yeah, I mean, why is that? Why? I mean, why is some black men overly aggressive? Like, I mean, by nature, that's how black men are. But I think there is a way to approach people. I mean, women, females, you know. Now, if she doesn't want to be bothered, you know. Now, the other viewpoint from the woman's perspective. Now, again, like I said, there's some women who are very rude and disrespectful, and the man just said something. He just complimented her, something nice. He wasn't, not to say he ain't trying to talk to her, because not all men try to talk to you, but it say nice or good or being respectful, and then she just come off in a certain way, and he gets shut down. But then what if he just don't take it and he lashes back out at her? Again, that's another situation. So it just got to be a way, to handle both sides. I mean, it's not even just women who are feminine. I mean, studs have got hit on by men too. I'm one of them that got hit on by men. I'm not comfortable with this shit at all. And I shut it down. So however he come out, that it is what it is. That's you. You let your own self get in your feelings. I ain't got shit to do with that. Just don't put your hands on me though. So I just think people need to be respectful of folks' space. So things like this won't happen. If a woman wants to speak to you, trust me, you will know, okay? Because I feel like how women feel, they don't like when someone seems thirsty or they say something that's offensive to the woman before they even trying to have a conversation. Like they might say, "Ooh, I like your ass," and you expect the woman to talk to you, coming off in the beginning like that. So that's going to turn her off automatically. So I just feel like there's a way to do things. If you want to talk to her, like Nori say, relax, relax, man. But no, if a woman want to talk to you, she'll let you know. You don't have to be thirsty with it. It's not that serious. That's how I feel about it. So, I mean, how do you feel about it? Because I know because we had this conversation too many times. So I really want to know your feelings on this.
So I have an issue with men, and that's because it's a trauma in my past. But I've worked through a lot of it, and I don't hate men anymore. But I certainly dislike a lot of their actions. Because I do have a son, so I had to kind of rethink my way of thinking of men. And also because I have a son, no, I'm not a father. I am the mother. I just had to try to use the best tools that I can to give him because he was brought up in a single household. So with that, I mean, I can only speak for me. It's very uncomfortable. To have men look at you like they are burning a hole in you, like they are beasts or animals, and they just want to rip the clothes off of you. That's very uncomfortable for me, and that's always been uncomfortable for me, even growing up, because I never did like all of that attention anyway. Growing up just kind of being a shy chick, like I really just didn't like that. And now that I'm not as shy but still have shy tendencies, I still just don't like that attention. Like I understand that if a man sees a woman and he sees something that he likes, I understand the compliment, but it's how you go about saying it. Like, that doesn't impress me if you tell me I have a big ass. Like, I already know that. I already know that. Like, I already know that, so I don't need you to say that. And if I was interested, which I'm not, no disrespect, but if I was interested, that's not how you're going to come off to me. Like, that's going to make me feel uncomfortable. It's going to make me get in my defense mode. And I'll be like, who the hell are you talking to? Or I might be like, well, can't you say something else besides that? Like, I understand when you see people, when a woman sees a man and a man sees a woman, you do see the physical part. I get that.
And you're attracted to that.
And you're possibly or probably attracted to that. But okay, let's just say y'all both trying to get to know, like, okay, y'all established, y'all are physically attracted to each other. Okay, let's with that, let's find something find something out about each other. See, I think that a lot of times we miss out on that getting to know, like, that real communication. It's kind of like it's for the here and now, and that's why a lot of times relationships may not last, and that honeymoon be over quick because people, in my opinion, don't get a chance to know each other. It is all about the physical. And I'm not saying that perhaps the physical, you make sure that you are protected. Please make sure you are protected. But I'm just saying, know what comes with that.
Mm-hmm. We don't need no usher cases.
Right, we don't need no usher cases. Make sure that that's established. But it's, I don't want to go around, I haven't in the very long past, I haven't gone around saying, damn, you big, like, you look.
And like, even if you go there, you're not going to say it out loud.
I'm not going to say that out loud. Like Uno said, like, a woman in general, if she is attracted to a man or interested in a man, she's going to let you know. We let you know, most of us. I know I did. And most women will let a man know if she's attracted or if she's interested. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it's just kind of. Or I've heard the typical, well, you know what, you light skin. Okay, I know what the color of my skin is. Like, I need you to do something else. Like, if it was to be that case, which is not. But that's when that colorism thing gets on my nerves. I'm very offended by you just focusing on my colorism and you light, you red. I don't want to hear that. Like, that just does something to me. And it always has done something because I've always been in that box of light skin, red bone, or even if they think I'm stuck up, you Oreo, or you half breed. And this is by black people. And so, that's like a huge major, like, my antennas. Like, I understand you're physically attracted.
You gotta come with a different.
You gotta come with a different.
Learn how to communicate with a woman in a different way.
Or then you do have the sisters when the man is just being, respectable, and she just bougie as fuck.
She just disrespectful
and damn, he was just paying you a compliment. So it definitely goes both ways. And I pulled up something. I'm just going to kind of read them out loud. So this is how the man feels towards the woman. Excuse me. It says, black men have issues.
Which some of them do.
They refuse to keep themselves physically. Keep themselves physically. They're loud. They lack class.
Some, not all.
Right. This is a to whom it may apply. This is not to all. They're a power struggle.
Yeah.
They're gold diggers.
Yeah, some.
They're disloyal.
Some.
They're not submissive. They're mouthy. They're not understanding. They're manipulative. They're lazy. They don't stick up for black men. They're users. they're possessive. They have too many kids. They're too independent. They want to be the man.
True.
They're trifling. So this was just some things that probably a collective of men spoke about, I guess, about women in their experience. Even though this does not apply to all women, because this is certainly not to hell me.
It is it's to those that apply.
It happens to whom it may apply. So if you respond now or respond later with the bullshit, I promise you, I will give it to you. So
I'm giving it to you, and not just you. I'm gonna be right with you, giving it to him. Because then you must fit the fucking description.
Right. So I do feel that some of this, some of this do apply to women. They do have attitude issues because women have attitude issues with women. I'm just speaking in general, not no relationship. Just in general, women have attitude issues with other women. Okay, and it's like. Anymore, you can't even give a compliment to another sister without her getting in her feelings like, okay, bitch, I just said your shoes was nice. That's it.
That's some shit she was saying too.
You know, and because it's happened to me, I'm basing a lot of this on my experience and what I've seen, and it's like.
Interesting. I wonder what they're going to say about the black men.
We're going to get there.
Okay.
And so, women, some can be very loud. Yes, gold diggers. Like all of what I read, enough women do apply to this.
Yes, they do.
They do.
To those that, to whom it may apply.
To whom it may apply.
Please, because y'all, please don't think it's all.
No, it is definitely not all. It's definitely not all. This is just some of the things that one man or some men share about how they feel about, probably based on their experience and what they, what they have encountered with black women.
Yeah.
So this is a list of how women feel towards men. Black men get successful, then abandon black women. They're sorry. They're no longer men. They're weak. They need to grow up and take care of their responsibilities. They're unfocused. All of the black men are either gay, in jail, or down low. They need to be better fathers to their kids.
A lot of them do.
They don't stick up for black women.
True.
They're always dating outside of their races. We all know that's a touchy subject. Outside of that race.
But it's true. They do. I'm not knocking it, but it is what it is. It's the truth.
They're always complaining about the man. They use too many excuses. They're trifling. They're disloyal. They're not faithful. They're lazy. They're immature.
So a lot of that is true.
A lot of that's true as well,
For some black men.
For some black men.
To those who may apply.
To those to whom it may apply. Exactly. Because we are not referring to all of this targeting all black men. Not at all.
No.
Not at all. That's not fair at all. To all black men or all black women. No. So, yeah. And so what, dating outside of your race.
That's a whole other conversation. We might need to have a separate discussion.
Yeah, that might be a separate conversation because there is no judgment over here. I've dated outside of my race, but I feel at this point in time, I just feel for my conscious decision and consciousness, I choose to want to date a black woman whose race, but she identifies as Asiatic, black, melanated.
Right. And the same thing, because I've dated outside my race. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, Asian mix, European, a white girl.
Latin chick.
Latin.
Yep.
But ain't nothing like a sister though.
Oh, let me stop.
I mean, that's
to each his own.
That's the best fit for me.
And vice versa. So, black women and men who date outside of their race briefly. How does anybody feel about that? I know, just hearing from the past, black women, they feel like as they said here, they lazy, no good men, and, you know, they need more, so they date outside of their race. As well as men say women are lazy, irresponsible, trifling, loud, and all of that, and they date outside of their race.
And they like their women to be submissive.
And they like their women to be submissive and not have all that mouth.
And black women are challenges. A lot of them are. And black men can't put up with that. They can't
put up with that.
Nope.
So it's coming from both sides.
Yeah. You can agree, disagree, doesn't matter.
It's fine.
This is just how we feel about it. So, I mean, yeah, that whole interracial dating is a whole different subject, and it's definitely touchy, like you said. It is. I have to agree with that. So that's going to be a separate discussion. So tune in. We'll have a discussion about that. And even the discussion about Bobby Valentino, Usher, that's going to be a conversation too. I'm sure y'all going to be interested in that because this tea. It's the tea, the cup of tea. It's what's trending.
It's what's trending. But definitely look at this replay. Definitely look at it. So it says the complaints that are listed for both genders are not complaints that all black men and women share. There are black men and women who are not frustrated with the opposite sex of their race. However, the number of black men and women who are frustrated is growing every day. Let's break the issue down in cause and solution. So the cause, the key word is double standard. There's a double standard that exists in the dating world. Men want women to bring things to the table that they're not willing to bring, and women want men to bring things to the table that they're not willing to bring. This always leads to a disconnect, along with a few other things that I'm going to list. I'm not going to reference the Willie Lynch letter or the ISIS paper at all in this post. However, the cause of black men and women issues is that we are not taking the opportunity to understand and respect each other's needs and desires.
I totally agree. 100%.
Totally agree. 200+%.
Yep. That's where the disconnection
all
come at.
Across the freaking board. Yes, I did.
That's the major disconnection because of them two things. You said to understand and respect others' needs and
desires. He said he read a book titled How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Yeah.
This book is one of the best books that I've read on self-help.
I've heard about that book a lot. I've heard about that book quite often. I think I have that book.
Okay. That's a book that I need to put in my book collection and read.
I think I do have that book. I'm going to have to double check it when I get home because I think I do have that book. Yeah.
Quick sidebar, even though we're talking about disconnect in the black and men, this applies to the LGBT community.
Same thing.
They do the same damn thing. Do the
same
thing. There's a lot of disconnect, a lot of mouth
with the femmes and
the studs. It's the same. I just had to put that sidebar because I come from both sides. So yes, it happens in that community as well.
Yep.
So
femmes demanding things out of studs and studs demanding things out of femmes, and both sides can't bring something to the table where they can come to an agreement. And even that, just understand each other and being respectful of desires and needs. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it ain't no different.
Mm-mm. He says this book is one of the best books I've read on self-help. I believe everyone should read this book. It's a good book. In this book, Dale states that you can't make someone do anything that they have to want to do it. Completely agree. I believe that the frustration stems from black men and women attempting to make each other bring what they desire to the table, and when it fails, disrespect comes into play, which in return leads to resentment. You can't make people become who you want them to be. Ooh, that is so true. From experience, you can't make people become who you want them to be.
I'm mad at them.
Yeah, I am. Yes, honey, yes. There are a lot of black men and women who don't see eye to eye because it's not a mutual effort. The lack of communication between each gender is what's causing the disconnect. When I say disconnect, I am referring to messages not getting through to each other, similar to phones. Mm-hmm. I also refer to Black people as reactive instead of proactive.
I absolutely agree with that.
People often get mad at me for stating it, but I believe it has some truth to it. They always say, Nell is not just Black people.
But damn, why y'all keep putting the... See, that's another thing I hate with Black people. Stop putting the fuck off yourself. We're not talking about the white race. We're not talking about the Asian race. We're not talking about Latin. Come on, stick to the fucking point. Focus here. We're talking about Black people. Stop doing that, Black people. Deal with it. Stop trying to point fingers and sweep it on the rug like how you... No, stop. He's talking about our people. That's the concern. No one gives a shit about the other race. This is not their issue. We talking about our race. Let's deal with that. Now continue. That's another thing I hate. I hate it. Stop.
That's that big pet peeve.
That's a pet peeve. Stop.
He also states, I'm aware of that, but it has been a problem existing in our race for years. We will complain and argue about the end result of an existing problem for years, but rarely are we proactive in finding solutions for preventing the problem. Both Black males and females are hurt.
Yes.
Hurt, a lack of understanding, and a lack of communication is also what the disconnect stems from. All three of them are often present in these conversations about Black men and women referring to each other. We don't take out time to understand each other. That's one thing that I'm currently doing, and that's why I always ask for women's feedback. I suggest women do the same. Hurt and a lack of communication leads to disrespect. Once disrespect is present, it will be very hard to find a solution.
Absolutely.
Think about all of the arguments that have taken place about this topic without a solution being the end result. There's also a lot of misogynistic and feminist energy going around between both parties regarding this topic. That energy transfers and spreads like a wildfire. You can read all of the books on men and women that you want, but if communication and understanding are not present, the information in those books is obsolete. Two things can happen. Either people can continue to complain, be disrespectful and argue, or they take action. Action leads to a solution, which is drop the double standard. If you want a partner that brings a lot to the table, please be willing to bring the same things. That goes for men and women.
Standards. If you got standards, I mean, if you expect something out of someone else, you need to have your shit together too.
Absolutely.
That's what he's trying to say.
Right. Ooh.
The man and stuff, and you all fucked up.
Right. How the hell you asking for something and your ass sleeping on the damn floor putting out a pallet? Stop.
Come on.
Stop it.
Or if you carry a lot of baggage,
right,
but you have high expectations.
Right.
You haven't even got all the baggage cleared out of your fucking closet.
Exactly. And you asking for a person to have a job and you have none. No.
Come on.
No.
You're not making fucking sense.
No. Stop. Communication, understanding, and respect are also vital. If all these are present, the disconnect between Black men and women will decrease. Some Black men and women can't have a discussion with each other without an argument occurring. Everyone has an opinion, but it's how you state your opinion that counts. That is so true. Let me say that again. Everyone has an opinion, but it's how you state your opinion that counts. I believe that. Black men are frustrated because they want to understand Black women and want them to better themselves. Black women are frustrated because they want to understand Black men and want to see them better themselves. However, everyone is scared to admit it because of pride and ego.
Yes, our people are the biggest race of pride and ego.
Yes,
what I just say, like, before the show started, we carry our heart on our sleeves, and we do.
We do. That is, whew.
We are tough. We are difficult. for no fucking reason. We don't want to break that mold. We don't want to, break down and be humble at all. But continue.
Instead, you hear, bees ain't shh.
Bitches ain't shit.
I don't want them. Or,
niggas
ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit.
I'll be single and independent. Oh, that sound like women. I'm single, I'm independent. Not to say you can't be independent.
But black women,
I'm not saying that because you can.
But they say that a lot.
They put that under the bus a lot. Ooh, boy.
I'm independent. I don't need no man. Niggas ain't shit.
Okay. Alrighty. Continue.
Until the ego and pride is dropped, look for the disconnect to linger.
Lord.
Another solution is finding out what you desire in a mate. Yes, what do you desire in your mate? Do anybody take the time to know what they really want from a mate?
Nope. It's all about the physical, like you was stating.
Normally starts with a lot of physical.
Yep.
That honeymoon don't last long. And I'm not going to say this is all scenarios, but a lot of times more than others, that's why relationships don't last in any gender, because you're not getting, you don't take the time to know the person. Now, if that's what you all about, that's it, nothing more, nothing less, then you bring that to the table. You let that other person know that, and if they down with it, they down with it. But
if not, then hey.
But if you're talking about you potentially wanting to have like a relationship with somebody, you got to know the good, the bad, the indifferent. I mean, you got to know it all. And if it's something that you can handle, cool. If it's not, that's cool too. But let that person know. Don't get in something and it's not healthy for you.
Because people are lacking something inside, so they easily jump to somebody. Like they're jumping a relationship. They know the person's fucked up, but you want to be in a relationship anyway. Mm-hmm. That means there's something you're lacking inside. You're going through something, and you have a lot of issues that you need to deal with. You have not dealt with it. You haven't even healed. You haven't even got yourself together. Nothing. Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I'm in that space now, because I thought I knew what I wanted. Maybe for that at that time it was, but I knew it was just so much more. And we have tendencies. We don't like to admit that we allow ourselves to be put in certain situations, and it's not healthy. I definitely have, and that light bulb came on, honey. Mm-hmm. And that will be up big time. And it's good to have time to yourself. I know a lot of people can't deal with having some time to yourself. I'm not saying having like a whole bunch of time, because that for some people that can be really mental and emotional wear and tear on them. I get it. But having some time to yourself to reconnect and know yourself and know what you want for you, because nobody else can do you except you. And so if you don't, you may have goals and passions that you want to pursue in life, but if you always put them off because you're trying to, as my supervisor says, appease everyone else, then you're not going anywhere. You're still going to be stuck in that same place while the other person's probably pursuing their shit. And they not helping you, so 9 times out of 10. So you got to know you. You got to know your worth. That's what me and Uno always say all the time. You must know your worth. You must be comfortable with who you are and knowing what you want and going for it. Everybody's not college material. That's okay. You got college material people. You have trade school. You have people that get out here and they work, do that hustle. You have people that work from home, have their own business, entrepreneurship. Whatever is that passion, please pursue it. Be right with yourself before you start trying to get out here
and look for it in somebody else. Because you're not going to find it. Sorry. I hate to break the news to you. If you thought it was, it's not going to happen. You're not going to find it. And people, you're right. I mean, people don't want to hear the truth about themselves. People do put themselves in situations.
You got to be honest
and wonder why things go wrong.
Wonder why, exactly, those blessings and those fortunes you don't get. You wonder why am I always struggling? Why am I always having hardship? Well, maybe you need to take a real good look at yourself and be like, what the hell am I doing? Mm-hmm. Maybe you need to just stop and just, figure it out. Like, make a plan, have a goal,
Like with this Black Disconnection. Stop, figure it out, have a better plan on how we can get that connection back with each other, just as people, period. And this whole day thing for us black men and black women, there needs to be conversations on what the solutions can be to all this miscommunication and back and forth and all kinds of things. Like, cause yeah, this cycle can't keep going on. Black men need to deal with their issues. That's why they're overly aggressive. Just like the black women that come off to men in a disrespectful way need to deal with their issues too.
Right. They might have some mommy issues or some past relationship issues or some kind of womanly issues that they're just so aggressive and or disrespectful to women. You got to look back at that. It might be something that they might have experienced. Yeah. You know, you got some mothers who sleep with their sons or have slept with their sons. You know what I'm saying? Or a woman who has molested these men when they were younger, because it happened. It's not just men molesting women. It is women molesting boys. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. I know it's conversation. People don't want to talk about it's uncomfortable, but we need to, because it happens. It happens. It does. It happens.
Yes,
Ooh,
absolutely.
It does.
And it caused a lot of problems. I mean, one of the factors is aggression. You are overly aggressive. Some people just are. Like when they've been through traumatic experiences, it not only affects them, it affects everybody else. Because again, going to this black disconnection, between black woman and black man, how the man takes it out on a woman because he don't know how to talk to her any other way but disrespectful. And then you have the black woman who talks to the black man disrespectful, and she doesn't know how to deal with that in another way, being respectful of him. So, yeah, everything that you read in there is 100% correct. We need to respect each other and understand each other. And also knowing how to communicate better, please.
Which that also, like you said, that ties into the mental. Yeah. That mental stability. Because again, like you said, you don't know what the past was for them, and this is why they come off so aggressive, the men and the women, and why they can't keep relationships. They just keep going one after another because you gotta get to the root of it. That's why
we need to have these conversations. So
need to
get to the root.
Right.
That's where it goes. That's where it starts.
Where you can start healing.
Right. We gotta start healing. Come on, people.
We have to. We can't keep holding on and saying, well, I'm gonna get to it tomorrow, or or I don't have no problem. You might be in denial. We really have to get to it. But he also states after that, this goes along with dropping the double standard. One thing that I'm aware of is that all of the black men are not trying to date all of the black women and vice versa. So if they're not interested in dating all of the people in their race, why the frustration and complaints? Because they're still searching for someone who they desire, and they feel that their options of finding that person is getting smaller by the day. I kind of just said that. I notice when you have someone who you desire present, your concern about who others are involved with or what they're doing tends to often become non-existent. Yes, I'm in a healthy space and place, and I am happy who I am with. Do we have challenges? Yes, there's nothing perfect. However, it's not going to get posted on Facebook because none of y'all damn business.
At all. Because y'all want to see that shit any damn way.
This is not the reality. This is not the Jade and Uno reality show in Atlanta. Yeah, okay?
No.
And it will not be.
No. Nope.
So
we don't put our business on social media.
We just don't do that.
It's just messy.
It's
for one.
Yes. And so when you're in a good space and place where, like this said, everything else just kind of is non-existent. We don't care about, not being mean, but we don't care about other people's relationship and what's going on in it. So that's just like not, it's just not a factor. No. So,
not at all.
So, and I'm gonna need family members and friends that know when two people are in relationships with each other, I'm gonna need for y'all to be happy. Because you have those people who be like, oh, I'm speaking in general. Oh, we just so happy for y'all. No, the hell y'all not. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Y'all miserable because y'all just going to do that same pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And family can become very jealous of you. Friends who you thought were friends can be very jealous of you.
Or even people you just know.
People just in general,
They be changing. No, you can tell.
You can tell.
Just how they act.
Body language, how they act. Yes, how they say it.
Like, it's all kind of shit.
All kinds.
I don't fuck with y'all anyway. So,
so
it doesn't matter.
Speaking in general and from experience. But yeah, it's like, okay, well, you stay over there and you keep being miserable while I'm staying here and growing and building because I don't have time.
Right. We doing us. We loving the journey that we're on and we're happy. So that's all that matters.
And I hope for all those couples that are in their journey and their truth as well. I would, mad respect for you guys. Continue doing what you're doing. Continue being with each other. For those that are embracing in that new space, get to know your mate. Get to know. I mean, know the good, bad, and indifference. And if you can deal with it, cool. If not, move forward. Mm-hmm. Don't stay in nothing that's not going to make you productive.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely.
So also this says black men and women can argue and debate with one another forever, but if the solutions listed are not present, the disconnect will continue to exist. One thing I realize is I can't help everyone, but I wrote this for those who want understanding. So I appreciate his blog that he wrote because it was very, very interesting. This is an old blog.
Very thorough with his his perspectives from different sides, like the women's side and then the man's side. So I definitely appreciate him breaking it down in that manner.
And this comes from Darnell R. McKinney. So I believe he's on Facebook because he said he has a Facebook fan page. But again, this was written a while ago, I believe, this blog of his. So you might want to look him up to see if he does have an active Facebook page and, just take it from there. It was really interesting because this is something that's present, these feelings from the men and women's side of how they feel. And we got to stop just being mean and hateful towards each other.
I mean, I understand you hurt and things happen to you because of other people in your past. I get it. I mean, we all have been there. But at the same time, man, it's like, how long you gonna keep holding on to it? You have to let go and just do better next time. Like you said, know your worth.
You have to. I mean, for real.
That's all. That is a lesson. It's all a lesson, And I'm gonna say this now: if the black woman's dating outside our race and the black man is dating outside his race, that's his business. I mean, he has his reasons, just like she has her reasons. So, I mean, if the black woman is not finding it within her race, as far as black men, and vice versa for black men who's not seeking black women, then so be it. That's just what it is. Everything's for a reason, and I just think if it's that serious, then yeah, it needs to be a conversation and need to find a solution where we can have black love. Again, it needs to be really strong because there's a lot of disconnect and it's not helping our race. We can't elevate if we all separate. And to a degree, it's kind of like set up that way too. And, I mean, because our society is set up and how things are thrown our way, and that plays a factor as well. So. And if a black woman tried to a white man, that's her preference. Just like if a black man tried to a white woman, that's his preference. I mean, you can't really fault them for that. Now, hey, whatever happens, that's on them. But we can't focus on that. But I feel like if that's a problem, then you need to try to fix it then. So if the black man don't desire you, it must be something you're doing. Must be. Just like the black man. If the black woman don't desire you, it must be something you're doing. So you need to check yourself. And black women, check yourself. To those who may apply it to. I'm not talking about all black men and I'm not talking about all black women. to those that apply. If each side, each gender has a problem with each other and they don't desire the same race, then that means you need to figure out what it is that they find unattractive, and you need to work on yourself where you can be appreciated, not only appreciated, but loved again and respected. And that's what I want to say with that.
Absolutely. As well as maybe that black man or black woman just genuinely just does not have an interest in you.
That's true. What about that?
What about that? Right. Maybe they just don't have an interest in you. And that's okay too.
That's okay.
Everyone's not going to be attracted to you. I don't give a damn how good you think you look.
Everybody's not going to be attracted.
And yes, it can hurt. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you get in your feelings.
Rejection does hurt.
Yeah, don't act like you haven't, people.
I've got rejected.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, that shit
got
kind of
rejected too. And you really get on me like,
kind of
real?
I felt some kind of way.
Oh, cause that makes me think. I'm bringing up something real quick.
You just gotta throw that bullshit.
You know, it should not be the first time, but it's all good because I came to her, even if I felt some kind of way, I came to her and said, you know what, I still want to get to know you, who you are, and hopefully we can establish a best friend relationship.
Yeah,
that's what I came with first.
She did.
And so we
don't get it twisted. Now she was attracted to me physically, just like I was attracted to her physically.
Of course, come on, definitely.
But that's not all we was looking for. It was more than just sex.
And you know, we were in our mood where we had that baggage, and we had to let that go before we could even discuss any type of relationship. So once we got rid of that baggage and we really started getting to know each other, you know, being comfortable and trust. Let Jesus be a fence. Trust with me. If I don't have it with you in general, you might as well just. It's a wrap. You just go because
it's not gonna work.
So we had to build that trust and communication and be honest with each other about our past and how we felt presently at that time. And we had to make a conscious decision, like even with wanting to become best friends. I mean, we still had to be like, do I want her to be my best friend and vice versa? You know? So once we got that established, things just began to flow. And then after becoming best friends, then a relationship started building. And so this is where we at. And I know everybody has different stories, men and women, whatever, guys and guys, whatever. I'm saying, please, people, get to know. And I know it's not going to connect with everybody, and I'm okay with that. But get to know. Get to know who you want to know. Stop settling for less. Know your worth is so important. And I will always stand firm. And I will always say, whatever your spirituality, that plays a huge part.
Very huge part.
Huge.
Yes,
whatever your spirituality is. Whatever it is.
Because actually you can avoid certain relationships when your spirituality is up to par. Like when you are elevated, you can avoid a lot of situations too.
You sure
can. Because the intuition lets you know if it's not right for you. And you're very conscious of that, and you don't fall for the trap. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Spirituality does play a very big part.
I firmly believe that for me, that spirituality plays a huge part. I don't know for everyone else, but if it plays one for you, be conscious of it.
Yeah.
Be conscious of it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Please. You know,
don't go against it, cause it's gonna get you in trouble every time. You like, damn, I should have fucking listened. I knew I should have. Why the hell did I do it anyway? See, your ass should have listened. Tell me I'm wrong.
Right. I didn't listen, and it sure showed me.
Right.
Woo, honey, did it ever?
Again, because we caught up in the physical, we get blinded by that, and that's where the disconnect come in with black men and women. It's Definitely. That physical. We don't get the, the black woman and black men and black women don't get to know each other. They only focus on their appearance, but they don't focus on the actual individual. Like how are they like inside? How is their minds? How do they operate day to day in life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta look at all this stuff. What's their aspiration? What's their goals? What they want out of life? What do they believe in? Do you share the same qualities? Do y'all like the same thing? Like, you gotta think of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that person gonna be able to elevate you spiritually? Like, yeah, all that stuff you gotta think about. It's not always about sex.
Right. Are you just a person who like to go to the club all the time? Or are you just a person who like to be a homebody all the time? Or, hell, do you like to read? You like to just, go to the strip club and make it rain. And
Make it rain.
Make it rain. I mean, those are, we're joking, but it's an important question to ask who you potentially are, trying to get to know. Like,
that's what I did with her.
Mm-hmm. And I did the same thing. And then it's like, okay, I know this is hard for some people, but we took it to the doctors, honey.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we got tested and we took it together. We took it to the doctors.
I saw her papers and she saw mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we still do it to this day.
Mm-hmm. Even though we're just us, but we just
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You gotta be willing to go that far.
Yeah,
talk about a damn relationship.
Right. I mean, those are things just to kind of ask yourself. Like, those are things that you got to put out there and see how that person is gonna respond. Because everything just doesn't pop up right away. Things could take years before things pop up. Like,
yes, ma'am.
For real.
But you gotta know where your mate is at. That's all it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not that you do anything, it has nothing to do with it. Just
right.
Being safe, being respectful, just knowing where your partner's at, because shit happens every day. So, yeah.
It really does.
But it's trust in your partner.
You have to.
That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, we hope those that may be on or that going to catch that, well, those that are on now, we thank you. Those that will be listening to the replay, we thank you in advance for that. This was really good, good conversation, as I knew it was going to be. Uncomfortable, probably uncomfortable. People will just watch it, or if you feel like leaving comments or questions even after this show is off, please do.
That's
and
fine.
We'll give you our opinion. We'll listen to your thoughts, and if you want us to respond, we'll respond back. Again,
I ain't gonna attack you. I ain't gonna.
It's your answer and how you feel. So I'm not going. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're wrong.
Right. I mean, this just our. This is conversation now. I'm gonna have to say on my personal page, it's totally something different, okay? Because you're gonna get my real opinion, okay? And I'm not gonna agree with everything you're saying, but for the sake of the show, that's totally different. We want to hear everybody's side, want to hear everybody's opinion, and we accept it and keep it moving.
That's all.
This is the platform for that. This is the purpose of it. But when it comes to my personal page, don't expect it. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
True.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they know I do it. I'll be pissing people off. They be alright.
Yeah, I tend to piss people off in my own special way too, but I just keep smiling, keep going.
That's all you can do.
That's all. So we want to give you our social media info. So you can find us. Our website is www.chitchatchewshow.com, www.chitchatchewshow.com. On our website that we continuously update, you'll find our shows, bios, pics, all of that good stuff. We have a donate button. We would love you to donate. Whatever you can give, we definitely appreciate it. It's definitely going back into the business because our business is constantly growing, and there are different things that we want to do and get and all of that good stuff to just make the show much more better. And so again, anything that from your heart that you can give, we have the donate button. We also have the guest list or the list where you can sign up. Right?
Yeah, we have that on our website.
On our website as well.
List, yes.
Also, ways that you can purchase soaps that we have. You can, of course, go on the website that I just stated, chitchatchewshow.com. We have our soaps on there, the large size and the small size with the prices. So you can do that. Also, if you didn't want to go on that site, we also have an Etsy store with the same soaps, both sizes, small and large, with the price. So you can go to Etsy.com. In the search box, you type in Chit Chat Chew Shop, and we'll look. And definitely, we appreciate your purchase. We have a limited supply. We're looking to do more, so much more with a lot of different stuff. We don't speak about too much because we want to make sure our game is up before we bring out anything else. But the soaps, they are legit, and definitely purchase from us. We thank you in advance for that. So
absolutely. And before I jump into naming our social media sites where people can find us and follow us, you was talking about how can people join in on the conversation. Way to do it, you can just share it to your page and just start tagging people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way to do it.
Yes.
So our social media, so our Facebook, on which you guys are on now, Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. Please follow us on here. We have a group page, Facebook group. So that's Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. So if you want to join our group, please send us a message, whatever form is comfortable for you, whether you want to send it through our inbox, whether, it's Jade's or mine's, or shoot an email or tag us and say, hey, you want to join the group, or you just go up there and join it yourself and we'll add you to the group. We have a Instagram, which is at Chit Chat Chew Show. We have a Vimeo, which is at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on both platforms. We have a SoundCloud at Chit Chat Chew Show. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud and listen to our previous shows. Everything is audio based on SoundCloud. Vimeo is video based and audio based. So make sure you check us out on there too. We also have a YouTube, Chit Chat Chew Show. So subscribe to our channel. Like our videos on YouTube. Comment on our videos. Please, we would love the feedback. We'll be so appreciative of that. Now through YouTube. Now, if you big on watching YouTube or you're into YouTube, you should know about Patreon. So Patreon is basically a donation platform where you could donate to a particular show, whoever that person may be. So we actually have a Patreon. So make sure you check out our Patreon. I'm gonna have to update it some more. I'm still building our site, so it's under construction, but please check it out. Donate to our show so we can keep this show up and running, get the necessary tools and resources we need to provide y'all the content. We appreciate it so much. And we have a Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Chit_Chat_Chew. Again, at Chit_Chat_Chew. So make sure you do that. And that's it.
And always, we're on a different platform like we told you guys last week. We're not doing our shows on our personal pages. You can check us out. You don't even have to join Chit Chat Chew Show. We would like for you to. But if you don't, you can still get on Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC, and check out our shows on our page, on our business page now, instead of our personal pages. It's just so much easier, smarter, and to manage.
This will be the platform from now on.
This will be the platform from now on
Until
our business page.
We transferred, because we actually gonna be doing YouTube based and possibly Spreaker as well. So stay tuned for that. But for temporarily, we're doing our Facebook business page.
That's right. For now, we're doing our business Facebook page again, which is Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. So we appreciate you guys. So we did our Twitter. You told them the Twitter.
Everything.
You told them
forgot one
the
thing.
Instagram.
Told them Instagram.
Did
the Vimeo, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So we did everything. There's one thing we forgot as far as music. And just guests in general. You don't have to be music. You could be active in the community. You could be a company. You can be a business person. It doesn't matter. But I'll let you tell them about the guests that's non-music.
Okay, so for the guests that are non-music, whether you are a activist, advocate, liaison, open mic, spoken word artist, self-employed, big corporation, entrepreneur, just want to get your voice out because you feel you are not being heard, but you have, something to say. We definitely invite you, if you're interested in being on our platform and on our show, you can email us at chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Again, that's chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com. Of course, I will follow up with you with that, see where your head is at, see if we're both a good fit, because Chit Chat Chew Show and potential guests, we have to find a common ground.
Yes,
we have to match. That's just how it is. That's how we doing it.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie to you.
So once we get past that, then from there, of course, I'll ask for you to email our your pick, 2 picks preferably, but if not, 1 is cool, and a bio. We'll definitely send you the invite. We'll do everything business-like, and then just set up when's a good time for you.
Send your social media as well.
And, yes, definitely. Whatever social media that you may have, also send that as well. And so, send it there, and then we just take it from there and set up the day that is best for you on a Monday to do this.
Right.
There was something else really, really quick I wanted to say. Oh gosh. Oh, also sponsorships. We're going to be putting out a couple of packages. We're going to be doing that in the near future. Packages that we offer, sponsorship packages that we offer for people / businesses. It gives you a breakdown of what you will get if you like to purchase our packages. We're going to be offering month to month, or if you can pay in full, that's good too. But it will allow you to see what you will get in that package as far as being on our website, or even our radio show, the shout outs for the radio show, or your business on our website. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that.
Even give you radio plugins,
plugins.
So we're building right now. So, just bear with us here, okay? It's not the easiest process, but we're getting there. So we're going to give you a few examples of our packages and go from there. And, once you become a sponsor, we'll give you a reward for that. And utilize that in the best way. And as far as music, people who are music related, if you're an artist, whether you're a singer, rapper, even spoken word artists, even though she said it, I reiterate again, even though you're a spoken word artist, anyone that does music, send your music to Chit Chat Chew _show at yahoo.com. We're looking for a particular kind of music. It can't be nothing that's similar to everything else you hear out here. It has to be something that's going to catch your eye. It has to be different. So it has to be different. It can be lyrical. It can be creative. It has some kind of
substance.
It can be social commentary.
I made my face look like that. I'm like substance.
Anything along those lines. That's what we're looking for. It has to fit the frequency of our show. Because what we speak about, you gotta let the music match it too. It must match the music. The music must match what we uncover too. So if we like it, we'll play it. If not, just don't take it personal. But we told you what we were looking for in the beginning. So
and we say it every show.
Yep. And there's people that send stuff anyway, and they already know how we roll. They still send stuff anyway, and honestly, he's just sitting there because they should know we're not gonna play it. So. No, I mean,
that's not no my department.
But no disrespect.
So we make mutual. We connect and we talk about everything business wise. But yeah. I don't want to hear. I hear it enough every day. I really need to hear something else.
You seriously. Somewhere else a little bit.
Yeah. Somewhere else real quick. Like I hear it every day just in general, and I just need I need other substance. I need to be mentally like somewhere else.
Stimulated.
Stimulated. Thank you. Mentally stimulated.
Yes.
Yes.
Off the frequency of that music, the kind of energy that you send to people in your music. Yeah, we need to feel it. So if we're not feeling it, it is what it is. Don't take it the wrong way. Something personal. So this is how we rock. If you wanna have that kind of music, go somewhere else with it, because there's plenty of platforms for it. Okay? So yeah, so send your music, we'll check it out. Well, I'm gonna check it out. I know that's not her lane. I'm gonna check it out, but eventually she gonna hear it anyway. So yeah, so I'm gonna check it out and see what it's about. And if it's something dope, cool, hey, I'm with it. She's definitely gonna be with it, so.
And I also just want to take this time out because I did not mention. Appreciate you, Sunshine, for joining in.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Sunshine was one of our guests that we didn't get a chance to really talk in depth with, and we plan on having Sunshine back on a future show.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that too.
Gotta talk about that. So look out for Sunshine and coming soon. I'll put it like that. And so appreciate you for coming in again. We appreciate Bree that was on earlier.
Appreciate you, Bree.
She was driving, so safety first before the show. I totally get it. Make sure you guys who are on here, if you didn't hear 2 hours, listen to the replay. Tell a friend, share the video, and hope that you have a really awesome rest of the week. Love on yourself, like I always say. Self-care is priority. It's not a necessity. It is a priority. So take care of yourself. Self-care. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Make sure other people respect you, who you are, who you stand for. Carry yourself in such a way that you get nothing but respect. You will not settle for anything less.
Yes, absolutely.
Hold your head high past the
go ahead, Fred. I'm gonna show you something.
Hold your head high even through the challenges, because it's making you stronger. Absolutely. And I'm learning that more and more every day. I need that reminder for myself, because sometimes as humans, as people, we go through challenges. That's just life. That's you can't avoid it. Hold your head high, whatever your belief is. Chant, pray, meditate, go to nature, do whatever you do. As long as it's bringing you benefit, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
So.
And you can end it off with this. Remember that little saying?
Yes. So I'm gonna say my peace and love to you guys. Peace, love, and hair grease. But I also want to say, sit back, enjoy a cup of tea, coffee, or wine.